So I'm here with Jennifer today, and Jennifer, we're at, I want to say we're about 5 months. Is that what we were just talking about? You've been about 5 months into care?
About 7.
7 months.
Close 7.
Time goes by. And we're here today just to kind of talk a little bit about the progress that you've made since being in our program. And why don't you tell us a little bit, and the people that are watching, maybe why you first came into us? What was going on with your health, and what was that like?
Well, I was diagnosed with hypothyroid. When I first got diagnosed, I had real bad aches and pains throughout my whole body.
Yeah.
Started from the ankles, worked its way up. I could hardly walk, so I went into like immediate care center.
Yeah.
And they just gave me painkillers and muscle relaxers, and then I went into the doctor on Monday, and he did blood work and found out my levels were really low.
Mm-hmm.
So he started me out on Synthroid, and was doing like 3 to 6 month checkups, and it didn't really seem to do anything. So he switched me over to Armor,
Yeah.
and that worked better.
Mm-hmm.
But after some time, my levels started going down again. So
How did you feel while you were taking the medications? Did it feel like it made much of a change, or not
in the
really?
beginning it did, but then after a while I just kept feeling real fatigued.
Sure. So you went
Yeah.
through that honeymoon, what I call a honeymoon phase, where people actually feel a little bit better on the medication, and then it kind of goes back and regresses back to kind of how they felt before.
Yeah, and gaining a lot of weight and stuff.
Gain weight, yeah.
So then this past September was when all those body aches came back. I was gaining weight like crazy no matter what I ate or how I exercised. I was getting real dry, brittle hair.
Yeah.
I was very tired. Like I said before, I slept in the back seat of my car at lunch. So that time I went back in and I told the doctor something's going on, my levels are off, and he said, took blood work and said, came back a couple days later and said, yeah, you're right. So, and then at that same time I was at that doctor, my husband was looking on the internet for something more.
Sure.
And came across you.
Yeah, and then so you came in our office, and we actually did like a more comprehensive workup with you,
Mm-hmm.
where we detected a lot of different things that were, that are often overlooked with people that have Hashimoto's and have thyroid problems. And what did we find? There was a lot of stuff we found, right?
Yeah.
You remember everything we found? Yeah, it's probably
Well, the Hashimoto's and the
Hashimoto's.
blood sugar was
some
high.
blood sugar issues, yeah.
I don't
And then
remember
if
what
we were
else.
to just fast forward 5, 6, 7 months from when you first started, how would you say your life has changed since? What are all the changes?
Drastically.
They've been drastic changes, aren't they?
Especially the weight loss. That's the biggest thing. I've lost 60 pounds
60
since
pounds.
January.
Wow. And for a lot of people that struggle with thyroid problems, boy oh boy, weight gain and,
Oh, yeah.
and loss of energy, those are the two biggies,
Mhm.
So you've lost 60 pounds?
Lost 60 pounds without even trying, just
even
from
trying.
the diet change.
Right.
And then no more sleeping in my car, period.
And that's a big thing, because you work with patients all day long.
Uh-huh.
So you have to have your energy. Your energy has got to be up. You can't be
Oh, yeah.
a dragon. So you're not sleeping in the car anymore. That's a
Nope.
big plus.
At the beginning, I was taking little naps here and there,
Uh-huh.
but not anymore. And then,
energy is gone up.
yep,
Cool.
my hair is coming back better now. It's more healthy.
Excellent.
No more really body aches and pains like I was getting.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
great.
and headaches were a big thing. I get one every now and again,
Sure.
but if I slept wrong or something.
Yeah. And
But-
so there's been quite a bit of changes to your health, and that's awesome. That's really part of why we do these testimonials, so people can see that hey, people can get better. I mean, there are people at home that are just, they just keep thinking and hoping and praying that the pills and drugs that they're taking are really going to be the answer to their problem. I mean, they're just popping and praying. And unfortunately, these medications that people take, one medication causes more problems, and they take another medication to combat the symptoms of that, and they just wind up taking so many different medications. And so, obviously, you've taken a natural approach. Your life has changed. And what would you tell people that obviously, are in that rut, that they're obviously, what would you tell them about our office? How has your experience been here?
Great. Everyone's been real friendly, and Dr. Hagmeyer especially. No, no. It's a fun atmosphere, and you feel like you're listened to, and
Yeah.
it's conversation too during treatment and stuff. So
That's great, and I think that's important for people to obviously understand that, it's obviously a very, very different kind of place to come to. So I want to thank you for doing this. Is there any last bit of advice that you have for people in terms that if they might be skeptical about a natural approach? Because I know a lot of people say, well, a natural approach might work for them, but it won't work for me. And the reality of it is what?
well,
A lot of
to
people
be
start out
honest,
skeptical, right?
yeah, my sister-in-law was like that before, and I always like,
Right, right.
And now I'm like, my mind's totally changed on the whole thing. So
Yeah.
if there's anyone out there, just don't give up hope.
Absolutely, and I think those are definitely good words to live by. So, well, thanks for doing this. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
We hope that this information really gets to people and they get a chance to hear it and obviously, take action, because that's really what it's all about. We got to take action, right?
Yep.
So, thanks again.
All right, no problem.